Ooh, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Darku and here's my dog Kuro playing the drums, and in this video we're going to be going over reactors, like a sort of an ultimate guide for reactors. As we've seen some posts on Reddit and stuff that have been very concerning recently, to the point where people just don't know how reactors work. So here we are showing you how they work. We're going to be showing you how you can find the perfect reactor for your character, how to utilize it, how to get the mounting correct by Implant in the reactors, how to upgrade your reactors, all that type of thing. Going to be showing you in this video. This first came to my attention due to this Reddit post here. Obviously this person's looking to how to get their mastery rank up. They're already mastery rank 24 and they've still got a purple reactor. My goodness, I don't know how you can make it this far and not know about reactors, or even the components too. They're not even matching, which is crazy work. And then there's this Reddit post as well that says, help, why can't I implant this reactor? It's a level 44 purple reactor. And then in the comments, this is the first thing I've ever downvoted. I'm pretty sure I never downvote stuff on Reddit, but this was the first time I've had to do it because this person straight up lied. They want advice, but they lied, okay?
Liar!
So basically, if you do or don't know, when you hit hard mode on the game, everything on the game drops at level 100 in hard mode, right? It doesn't have to be good, but it will be level 100. That's just how the game works. This guy was saying that he was on level 100. He wasn't on level 100, which is just crazy to me. Why would you lie if you're looking for advice? But yeah, so like I said, you know, first little tip, everything that drops on hard mode is level 100. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good or not, but it will be level 100, and you know, that's the sort of cap. But you won't get there until you finish the campaign of the game, so that should be your main priority if you haven't done that already. Tip number 2 then, if you've reached hard mode obviously and getting to level 100 and stuff, you want to, you know, seek out what the best reactor for your character will be, you know, with your build, etc. Now, personally, I'm playing a Ness and I have a reactor, and it's one of 2 different ones you can actually go for because of how she's played. So, I play her and I have this Time of the Hunting Hounds, which changes her abilities, okay? So red cards, sometimes, not always, change your abilities on your character, okay? Now, you'll notice that I'm playing a Ness. This will be different for you if you're not a Ness, or you know, that kind of thing. But if you hover over the abilities over here, you'll see that it says for a Ness specifically, this is electric and tech, okay? Next ability is electric and tech, and electric and tech, and electric and tech, okay? So that's how my abilities work. So if I've got electric damage or tech damage, they're all improved. And the thing is, the 1 and the 3, I believe, are changed to tech damage because of this card right here. If I take this card off, you'll notice, well, if I save it, hold on, if we just go to my other one, sorry. If we go to this one, which does not have the module on, and then I go over here to the 1, you'll see that it's electric and singular damage, and the 3rd is electric and singular damage as well. And this is still viable, but obviously it's a very different build that you're going to be going for, because you're going to have some singular, some tech, some singular, some tech, and you know, like I said, if you're not an S, if you're a different character and you're running different modules, you'll have to look at what you're running. So for instance, if I keep my main build, which is what I like to call the mob killing build, I'll go with this, so it makes everything like tech damage as well as electric, and then I will go ahead and get myself a reactor, and on the right hand side you can see the reactor, right? Okay, don't worry about too many things here. I'm going to put an arrow on the screen is what we're looking at, okay? So the skill power boost ratio is electric and tech here, okay? Because it's a tingling mechanics reactor. Now there's different variations of reactors. This is the tingling mechanics reactor, so it's a tech skill power reactor, and it's an electric one obviously. And at the very bottom you'll see my skill critical hit damage and tech skill power boost. Now this is very important, obviously, if you're going for the absolute best reactor possible. You want to be looking at all these things because all these reactors have different takes, like, you know, singular damage, tech damage, all that type of deal. I now present to you different reactors, and this is why they're different shapes, okay? So you saw mine already, which is, this is a different one, but this is in my storage, okay? So this does tech damage, okay, because that's what kind of reactor it is, the tingling mechanics reactor. Now there's one next to it is a different shape. This is a tingling singularity reactor, so this gives you singular skill power boost, okay. Then you've got these triangle looking ones, they do dimension skill, and then you've got these big fat things and they're for fusion skill, okay. So you've got all different reactors you could use. They all do electric because that's the ones I've picked, but they've all got different kind of you know, special skill. Now if I hover over this again, you're thinking like, oh, tech, so does it do something technical or, you know, singular? Does it just hit one single person? No. Honestly, it's just another word for another typing, okay? Like electric, fire, water, earth, you know, all that kind of thing. Tech is just one of those things. So tech, you know, singular, well, just think of it as another element in their own right. As I say, some of these red modules at the top, just like this, obviously not for Ness, but other characters and stuff like that, will sometimes change your abilities too, not just the typing, but the abilities themselves. So if you want to learn and do stuff yourself, you can obviously mix and match with yours. However, if you're just interested in making possibly one of the best builds, one of the best or the best builds, I would recommend some of these YouTubers, okay? Because I personally don't do build video guides, not yet anyway, maybe in future I might. What I do from this is I look up all these other YouTubers who have obviously been playing the game for like the last year, and I haven't, I'm a returning player. I look at their builds, I implement their builds, and then if I play the character for a very long time, I sort of make my own build around it, okay? I use these YouTuber videos as templates, so they're still really, really good, but if you play the character for a long time, you'll realize your weaknesses and your strengths, and then you can try and build your own build around that as well, which I think is a really good thing. But these videos are really helpful because then you'll know obviously what kind of reactor you want and stuff, what kind of components you'll want as well, and make the best build possible. Anyways, enough jibber jabber from me on information. I'm just going to quickly show you what I'm going to go over, okay, because I actually, like I said, I have this tingling mechanics thing up here, which is great for my tech damage. And once again, if I go to this build here, which is the YouTube build that I want to try and use, because this guy who's dressed as a corn got one of the best times on the Void Erosion Purge thing, right, okay? To do the Void Erosion Purge, you need to be Mastery 18 for a start, Mastery rank 18, and it's some of the hardest content in the game, as of now, obviously. And if you want to run it, you want, the best builds possible, and he obviously runs a singular build because he does not use the Hunting Hounds thing, so I'm making this just to test out as well. But that does mean if I'm using this build, I'm going to need a really good singular reactor and not my tech reactor. So although this is amazing for my mob build, I will be looking to get that singular one. So I figured this is the perfect opportunity to show you guys how I would do so. First of all then, you want to go to your inventory and you want to go to the bottom of this junk filter, okay? Now, I've just put everything to dismantle, so no matter what reactor goes in my bag, it's just going to get dismantled. And you might think I'm crazy for doing that because, oh my god, there might be an amazing one, but don't worry. This is where it comes in with the filters. You'll probably find in the game nowadays, you're going to find reactors left and right. You're going to get so many, it's going to fill your inventory, it's going to fill your storage, and you're just not going to have room for it, honestly. You're going to pick up so many. So for me personally, in this build, I know once again on the YouTube video, I'm going to use it as a template, I'm not going to follow it exact. I'm going to be looking for singular skill power boost and critical boost. So skill, critical hit damage, I'm going to right trigger that. Obviously, if you're on mouse and keyboard, just click the arrows. So I put mine on normal and higher, we'll go over that in just a second. And singular skill power boost ratio as well, we're going to put that on normal or higher and click X to apply. On keyboard it looks like it's space for some reason, but we're going to apply that. So what's going to happen is it's going to auto dismantle. Because we've got the dog auto dismantles for us. If you don't have a dog, you would just come here and then you would like hold your designate all as junk and then just trash them, okay? But if you've got a dog, it'll auto do this for you. But what this is going to do is leave reactors in here that will be compatible for you with your junk filter. So the only reactor that's going to be left in here is going to be the skill critical hit damage and the singular skill power boost. That's the only ones that will not get scrapped. Okay, so now we're going to try and find the perfect location for you to farm for your character or your reactor that you want. So I'm going to press select to go to my map, or if you're on keyboard it's M. I'm going to go zooming out just like so. You want to put your world difficulty at the bottom right to hard difficulty. Then once you've done that, you can press your right stick in, or on keyboard it is F by the looks of it. This will show you the difficulty level rewards. Okay, so we're on here right now, and what we can do is go to skill type and change this. Oh, like I said, this is for a Ness, okay, specifically singular a Ness. You can do this for your character. Make sure you look at the right thing. So mine's electric, and we're looking for singular, and it will show you the locations of where you can hunt your perfect reactor. From what I know, I think these actually sometimes rotate, so don't just look at this video and go, oh, that's where I go. You should be doing this as a filter for yourself as well. There's also a website I'll put in the description that you can go to find out what rotations are on, where you can go for your perfect reactor without even logging into the game. You can be wherever looking on your phone and you can just check. But we're going to be checking both these locations to see, what we think is a good farm location, and then we will go and do so. So for example, if we click on the Moonlight Lake right now, you can see that this whole area is going to drop constant like singular electric reactors, like a lot of them, a ton of them. So what I tend to do usually is try and find a mission or some area where there's just a ton of enemies that keep spawning. You don't have to complete a mission, but any mission that just spawns a ton of enemies and they'll just drop loads of loot, that'll be really, really good. If there's nothing good here, luckily there's a second location. I don't know why you have to put it in twice, but it's kind of annoying, obviously, especially if you're on control and you have to like go across. Feels like so. But if there's nothing good in Moonlight Lake, you can go to this place, which is the destruction currently, and try and find a level in here which drops loads of things as well. Alright, for this experiment, before I do any mission at all, obviously, what I will do is just quickly go to my Manage Fellows, and we're going to make sure the dog is turned off. Mainly because I want you to see the junk filter sort of situation before everything just disappears. I'm going to grab a random mission. I don't know if this is the best or not, but we're going to grab a random one and quickly run this and just kill loads of things. The dog will still be used in terms of like picking things up, but it won't be scrapping all of our materials. There we go, just killing through. I've not done this mission at all. In fact, this is a mission I need to do on hard to get some mastery rank, because I've never done this one on hard before. I've not touched this mission since doing the campaign, I suppose. In fairness, I may have found a gem of a mission, because this is actually dropping... Look at all those reactors on the floor. This is dropping a load of enemies. So yeah, this is actually a nice one to farm, I suppose. Alright, so just from that mission alone, let's have a little look. And you can see we've got a load of reactors. So this, you can already tell, this has the tingling singular reactors in this area, as well as the frozen mixture reactors. So it's not just one, but you can see that that mission alone just gave us a load. And what we can do, if we don't have the dog, we can hold the right stick in, or on keyboard once again, shift, nice. And it will just break down anything that isn't good. So it may break down everything every single time, but don't worry about that at all. That's exactly what we want, okay? If it's not good for us, we don't want it. As a quick tip as well, it never hurts to just run all the missions in an area, mainly because if they're flashing yellow like this, if you didn't know, that can go towards your mastery rank, because it means you haven't done this mission before. You may have done this on easy, but not on hard mode type deal. So yeah, if you see these yellow glowy bits off of them, mastery rank can go up if you do them. Just a little bit of a tip. Ho-ho! There we go, ladies and gents. After a long time of doing this mission, I'd say we've done it about maybe 10 times, maybe a little bit more. We finally got this one, which gives us the electric skill, singular skill power, and then skill power, power boost at the bottom, and then skill critical hit damage as well. Don't worry about the optimized condition, we're going to go over that very shortly. Alright, we're back in Albion then with our perfect reactor, and obviously it has a lot of work before it genuinely is our perfect reactor, because obviously you can see the skills at the very bottom, they're purple and blue, which doesn't matter, you can upgrade them. That's why we never put our, the requirements to gold only, because you can actually upgrade them, so it's perfectly fine, right? And as you can see, the optimization conditions, we've missed skill power instead of reach skill power. This is what people mean when they say mounting, okay? So mounting is like the gun you're holding during, you know, the reactor that you've got type deal. And you can see that on our skill power boost ratio, it does have the electric skill power boost as per usual. It doesn't have the singular skill power boost because we don't have technically any singular skill things on us right now, because I've got different modules on. Obviously we've not switched over just yet. First thing though is the mounting at the top. Okay, so we've got a launcher weapon class mounted, and then we would get the maximum amount. So if I quickly switch to my launcher, actually just like so, and then we open this back up, there we go. And now you can see that we've now reached that skill power. As you can see at the very bottom there, we've now got the green things. If we had this rocket launcher out, we would have that mounting condition, which, like I said, reach skill power 160%. This is a huge part of your reactor, okay? But don't fear if you've got the wrong one and you want to hold a certain gun and you've got the wrong mounting. You can put 3 mountings on one reactor, and you can also change them as well. So if you've got 3 and you're like, oh no, I need this one, but I can't put a 4th one on and I need to switch one, you can do that also. What you will need then is just a reactor that you do not care about whatsoever, but does have the gun optimization conditions. This one specifically has tactical rifle, which is what I want, and we want to implant it into this reactor, so I'm going to show you how to do that now. Firstly though, before you do that and waste any resources, you should 110% look up what gun your character is really best with. Personally, I use Secret Garden because I think it's an amazing sprint stick. It has really good stats. It's an amazing sprint stick for, like, you know, at the cores, late game, etc. You need to be Mastery 18, then you put a core on the gun, then you put those cores on, and we'll go over that in probably another video, right? But the Secret Garden is such an amazing gun for a lot of Descendants. One of the main reasons for this, if we hold X to go to details here and we go to unique ability, you can see when using a dimension skill, recovers custom resources with a set chance. When using a tech skill, it grants the unique ability pest control with a set chance as well. You can see what they do underneath it as well, right? So this gun is genuinely amazing for so many Descendants on this game. I would heavily invest in this gun. I know this isn't about the Secret Garden in this video, but I'm telling you now, if you're running a skill champion, Secret Garden is one of the best guns in the game. Anyways, I digress. The Secret Garden is a tactical rifle, and we're going to be using on a NES because it's genuinely, in my opinion, the best gun for a NES. Regardless if you're running your tech skills or even the singular thing, the Secret Garden is still the best. Okay, so we are near the research center in Albion at the bottom left, like so. We're going to go to this thing over here, which is like the weapon workbench, and we're going to go into Implant Reactor. Now, obviously we've already gone over this, but I'll do it one more time, like that person on Reddit. You are going to need a gold reactor, and it needs to be level 100 before you can implant it, okay? So this is the reactor we want to implant, and we want the new gun on there, so we're going to click on this. And then we're going to sacrifice this red one that has that tactical rifle class mounted. We can click on this, and as you can see, this is going to go into optimized condition 2. So it will still have the launcher, so if you ever have a rocket launcher out, you'll still get the boost, but it will also now have the tactical rifle as well if we put this in. You can click on this one, and it will just replace the launcher, okay? You don't need to do that, because you can have 3 slots. You don't need to do that at all. The only time you would ever replace them like this is if you've done all 3 and then you want a 4th one, but there's no 4th slot, obviously, like I said previously. But if there's for some reason an outdated gun in your thing here, you can just replace it regardless, okay? So I'm going to click on the optimized condition 2 because we may as well keep the launcher for no reason because it's just there as extras, right? So click on number 2. It'll cost you 200 precise ion accelerators and 2,000 ion accelerators as well, okay? So it's quite a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, this for endgame players this is not loads, okay? But for anyone like new or returning, this is quite a lot to ask, okay? It doesn't cost any gold really, and we're gonna go ahead and implant. As you can see, it sacrificed the red one, and now we have that on our reactor. So if we open up our reactors one more time, you can see it here. It now has the launcher weapon class mounted and the tactical rifle weapon class mount as the optimized conditions. So if I have either of those weapons out, I will get that extra boost. Now, as I said, I don't have the singular skill boost on because we don't have the correct modules on for that. Like I said previously, okay, in my builds, this one specifically, I've made everything tech and then built into tech. This one, though, however, is the singular one, okay? So I can click on this one, back out, and then go back on this reactor right here, and you can see that we get that singular skill power boost mainly on the 1 and the 3 because the 2 and the 4 are still tech, but the 1 and the 3 have gone back to singular damage. So now we've got the tactical rifle weapon class mounted at the top bonus, 160%. We've got the electric skill power boost and the singular skill power boost on there as well. But you can still see at the very bottom we've got the purple and blue, so now we're going to go over how you can upgrade those as well. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and quickly put this on so we can continue. Alright, back at the weapon workbench then, you can click on this and you can go to the Reactor Option Enhancement, okay? This is where you can put your reactor in, and those 2 things you saw at the bottom, you can see them on the left hand side. They're very, very small, but you can see the purple and blue, right? So the purple and blue, singular skill power boost ratio and the skill critical hit damage. This will use your nano compounds and your quantum crystals. Now you can get these all the time, okay? Especially if you're crushing reactors and stuff like that all the time as well, you will get loads and loads and loads of these materials. You can see that I already have loads as well. I've not played this game for like an eternity, okay? I've been back just over a month, and you can see that my materials are absolutely zooming, okay? So you can just hold on this, and it just has a really good success chance. Look at this. Alright, we're going up in major leagues right now, okay? We've already got gold on our top one. We're going into the purple with the second one, and we'll just go all the way up and up and up. And you can see that we've actually just run out of quantum crystals, but as I said, the more and more you run, like you can go on Sigma missions, etc., right, and just constantly break down reactors, all that sort of thing. Not only that, however, if and this is a big if, because this one is worth mentioning, but not everybody's going to be able to do this. is when it comes to the weekends, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I think sometimes Monday, if you come here and go to Exchange Intercept Battle Rewards, you can see that Quantum Crystals are actually in here as well for the green tickets. Now the green tickets are against the hardest colossal boss fight in the game, so don't just go in there expecting to win, okay? And don't expect a massive carry either, but you can get them in here obviously as well. I just wanted to, you know, mention it because it's worth mentioning. As I say, the more you run like Sigma Sector or just missions in general and just constantly crush down reactors, you're going to get loads and loads of that quantum crystal. I've unfortunately, and this is, you know, one of the reasons why I'm making this video, I've unfortunately upgraded a lot of wrong reactors, okay, before I learned, you know, what was the best and what to do. So I'm glad I'm doing this video showing you how to not mess up. You want to make sure that you definitely have the correct reactor before messing around with this kind of stuff and wasting all your resources. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you how to get it all the way to gold, but it's literally just this. You just literally power it up. Another thing you'll notice with extra power and stuff like that is you'll see these little diamond things underneath your reactor, okay? So mine's like orange, completely full because it's finished, right? On this one, you can see that we've got none, and it's not boosted in any way, okay? The skill power is a bit low, all that type deal. So, we can go back to the workbench once again. I'm going to go to the Reactor Enhancement. We can chuck this in, and you can see there's the one dot, and it's going to cost this, and this is how much your skill power goes up. It's not so bad early, okay? If you're not so worried about, you don't want to be worrying too much about wasting resources ever, you can boost it twice, okay? And it uses 15 precise ions. That's literally it, okay? It's super, super cheap to upgrade this, right? And you can upgrade all kinds of reactors just to 2. If you're not entirely sure it's what you want, just go to 2 and then be happy with it, okay? Because it's still a good boost. It's super, super cheap. However, you go past this, this is when these things start to come into play. So dimension analyzers, you can research these, and in general they cost a lot of like the precise ion reaccelerators. It gets really pricey the more and more you do these, but obviously you can go all the way up to the top just like this and go ahead and enhance. You can see a skill power from 11 to 12.7, which is crazy work. So there you have it, ladies and gents. I'm sorry I couldn't show you the last bit of gold there. I literally do need to go and reactor farm a little bit more by the looks of it because we've wasted too many materials. But there we go. We've showed you the mounting and stuff, like how to find your reactor, how to hunt it down, you know, grinding it, all that sort of thing. How to put the mounting on properly. We've showed you the skill power boost ratio, the skill power, obviously when it's equipped. As you can see, the 1 and the 3 is now on 31. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy damage. And then the bottom 2, well, it's a shame I couldn't get the last one gold, as I said, but you know, they're basically there, gold and purple. Okay, so there you go. That is how you implant your reactors, get the mounting, get the pure power, get your perfect reactors. Okay, like I said, don't follow me exactly because things could change in terms of like where you could find your reactor or what character you're playing or what gun you should use. Like I said, it all depends on your character and your modules and obviously the time and date, because way back if you played Ultimate Bunny, critical damage on Bunny was really good, but nowadays 2025 and updates and stuff like that and more modules, crit on Bunny is not a good option. So you know, that kind of thing, you want to build something new, make sure that you're definitely keeping up to date with the most, you know, best builds for your characters and stuff. Like I said, definitely look up some of the best builds for your characters before you just invest into a reactor like this, because like I said, it costs a load. You've seen me just waste all, well, not waste, but you've seen me use all my materials on this reactor just here, and obviously if we mess that up, you're gonna have to grind a ton more. So there you go, ladies and gents. That's all I really wanted to show you for the reactor. We showed you as much as we possibly can. And yeah, I mean, you can still get good reactors from like Sigma Sector, etc. Okay, so that's like a really good grinding spot. And I'm sure with the new content coming in the update number 3 with the open world map and stuff like that, maybe there's different ways you can do it that way. But for now, that is how you hunt down your reactor. That is how you update it, you know, and just power it up and add all the things. And yeah, like I said, it can be really overwhelming and confusing the first time you come back to the game. It definitely was for me. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this around to anyone who needs help with their reactors, and I'll see you guys on another video. Please leave a comment maybe on something you want to learn, or maybe there's something you want to grind and you want to know the best spots, etc. But yeah, alright, see you guys on the video. See ya!